If your phone has Bluetooth, NFC, or mobile payments turned on, you need to hear this. Right now, criminals are draining bank accounts without touching cards, without stealing phones, and without victims realizing anything is wrong until the money is already gone. Authorities warn that wireless skimming scams are spreading rapidly, especially in crowded places. This is not a rare attack. It's happening at gas stations, airports, parking lots, and even grocery stores. And in many cases, the phone in your pocket is all scammers need. Today, I'm breaking down 14 wireless skimming scams costing people thousands right now. You'll learn how these scams work, how criminals secretly pull data from phones and cards, the warning signs most people miss, and the simple habits that can stop this from happening to you before it's too late. Watch till the end. Number 1. NFC, Tap and Go Draining Attacks. The first scam starts with something that sounds harmless. Near-field communication, or NFC, is the same technology that lets you tap your phone to pay. Scammers take advantage of this by using hidden readers that scan phones and cards within inches. In crowded places like public transport, elevators, concerts, or busy sidewalks, criminals carry modified smartphones or portable readers. These devices quietly harvest payment data when they get close enough. Often, the scammers brush past victims on purpose to avoid detection. Victims often have no idea anything happened. They didn't click a link, they didn't answer a call, they just walked through a crowd. In reported cases across Europe and the US in 2023 and 2024, unauthorized charges appeared hours later, often starting small to avoid detection. Once the card works, scammers escalate quickly, sometimes draining accounts overnight before banks flag the activity. A major red flag is seeing unfamiliar small charges after being in crowded areas. A safe rule of thumb is to disable NFC when you're not using it and require biometric confirmation for every tap. If your phone can pay without unlocking, even from a locked screen, you're far more vulnerable than you think. Number 2. Bluetooth Bank Authorization Spoofing. This scam targets phones with Bluetooth always on. Scammers broadcast fake devices that mimic trusted systems like car connections, headphones, or payment terminals. When your phone auto-connects, attackers exploit outdated Bluetooth permissions to intercept authentication data. They can also capture session tokens or confirmation prompts that were never meant to leave your device. In some cases, victims don't even see a connection alert because the phone treats the device as familiar. Police reports from Australia and Canada describe victims losing access to banking apps after connecting to what appeared to be a harmless nearby device. Once attackers gain partial access, they trigger password resets, approve transactions in real time, and drain linked accounts before victims realize anything is wrong. Banks say these attacks often unfold in under 10 minutes. If your phone connects to unfamiliar Bluetooth devices, disconnect immediately. A phone asking for repeated permissions in public places is a major warning sign. Keeping Bluetooth off when not in use and disabling auto-connect features dramatically reduces your risk. Number 3. Wireless gas pump skimmers. This scam is one of the fastest growing threats. Criminals install skimming devices inside gas pumps that wirelessly transmit card data. Victims never see anything unusual. They pay normally and leave. In 2024, U.S. Secret Service bulletins warned of organized groups installing Bluetooth-enabled skimmers that send stolen data to nearby vehicles. Victims often notice fraud days later. If the pump seal looks broken or the keypad feels loose, don't use it. Using pumps closer to the building and paying inside reduces exposure. Number 4. Fake mobile wallet update prompts. In this scam, scammers exploit wireless notifications that look exactly like legitimate system alerts. Victims receive pop-ups claiming their mobile wallet needs verification, reauthentication, or an urgent security update to continue working. These prompts often appear when the phone detects a nearby malicious transmitter, such as in shopping centers, transit hubs, or parking garages, making the alert feel timely and believable. Once victims approve the request, scammers immediately link their own devices to the wallet, effectively taking control of it. Real cases reported by banks show entire balances disappearing within minutes, often through rapid tap payments or digital transfers that are difficult to reverse. Some victims report seeing multiple transactions approved before they even realize something is wrong. A real wallet provider never sends random verification prompts in public places. Updates are handled through official app stores, not pop-up alerts. If you didn't initiate the request yourself, don't approve it, don't tap anything, and close the prompt immediately. #5. QR code NFC hijacking. This is a classic scam where criminals place fake QR codes over legitimate ones at parking meters, restaurants, charging stations, and self-service kiosks. These fake codes are often professionally printed, making them almost impossible to distinguish from the real ones. When scanned, the code silently triggers NFC permissions, opens a cloned payment interface, or redirects the victim to a malicious payment page designed to look official. Cities across the U.S. issued public warnings in late 2023 after drivers reported losing thousands of dollars paying for fake parking sessions that never existed. In many cases, victims believed they were paying a few dollars for parking, only to later discover multiple unauthorized charges or full wallet access granted to attackers. Some scams even send fake confirmation screens to avoid suspicion. A safe rule of thumb is to avoid scanning public QR codes whenever possible. Always use official apps or pay directly through trusted platforms. If payment feels rushed, unusually expensive, or different from past experiences, stop immediately and walk away. 6. Contactless refund fraud. This scam targets people who are already expecting refunds from retailers, delivery services, or canceled bookings. Scammers call claiming to process a contactless refund and sound convincing because they often reference recent purchases or common refund delays. They instruct victims to tap their card or phone against another device to receive the money. Instead of sending funds, they pull payment data or authorize outgoing transactions without the victim realizing it. Banks in the UK flagged a surge in this tactic throughout 2024, especially targeting older adults and small business customers. In several reported cases, victims believed they were receiving a refund, only to see multiple charges hit their account within minutes. Scammers often stay on the line, reassuring victims that the refund is pending while draining the account. A real refund never requires tapping your card or phone. If someone asks you to tap your card to receive money, stop immediately. That's not how refunds work, and no legitimate company will ever request it. 7. Wireless POS terminal cloning. In this type of scam, criminals clone legitimate point-of-sale terminals using stolen wireless credentials obtained through data breaches or compromised vendor systems. These cloned terminals look and behave like the real thing, displaying familiar logos, prices, and approval sounds. When victims pay using contactless cards or mobile wallets, the transaction appears normal, but the payment data is transmitted to scammers in real time, often before the receipt even prints. Retail fraud investigations in Asia revealed cloned terminals operating for months before discovery. Occurring particularly in small shops, pop-up stores, and temporary kiosks where oversight is limited. In some cases, scammers swapped terminals overnight, while in others they installed cloned devices alongside real ones, giving staff no reason to suspect anything was wrong. Victims later noticed fraudulent charges made in different countries within hours. Sticking to trusted retailers reduces exposure, but awareness still matters. If a terminal looks unfamiliar, behaves differently, or asks for repeated taps or confirmations, don't proceed. Cancel the transaction, alert staff, and choose another payment method or location instead. Number 8. Public Wi-Fi plus NFC combo attacks. There are scammers who combine fake Wi-Fi networks with NFC skimming to create a highly effective two-layer attack. Victims connect to what appears to be free public Wi-Fi labeled as an airport, hotel, cafe, or transit network. Once connected, attackers can monitor nearby payment attempts, inject malicious prompts, or intercept credentials while simultaneously. They use proximity-based NFC tools to capture payment data during tap transactions. Cybercrime units reported tourists being hit hardest at airports and hotels, especially those rushing to book rides, check bank balances, or make quick purchases while traveling. In several documented cases, victims lost money within minutes of connecting to the network, often receiving no warning until their bank flagged suspicious activity. Because the Wi-Fi connection feels normal, many people never suspect the wireless skimming component happening at the same time. A safe rule of thumb is to avoid public Wi-Fi for any financial activity. Disable auto-connect features, forget unfamiliar networks, and rely on mobile data or trusted hotspots when handling payments or banking tasks. Number 9. Digital wallet token replay attacks. This scam involves hackers who capture encrypted payment tokens wirelessly and reuse them quickly before they expire. These tokens are generated every time you tap your phone or card to pay, intended to protect your information. However, attackers using specialized wireless sniffing equipment can intercept these temporary tokens in crowded areas or near contactless terminals. Once captured, the tokens can be replayed almost instantly, allowing scammers to make fraudulent transactions without ever seeing your actual card number or wallet credentials. This method was highlighted in cybersecurity research papers and confirmed in real fraud cases by Visa and MasterCard partners. Even a brief tap in a public place can be enough to compromise an account. Victims often notice unusual small charges first, followed by larger withdrawals or purchases. A practical defense is limiting tap payments in high-traffic locations, requiring device unlock for every transaction, and setting real-time transaction alerts. These steps let you spot suspicious activity immediately, giving banks a chance to freeze accounts before major losses occur. Number 10. Fake anti-skimming devices. Ironically, scammers are now selling fake protection devices that claim to block skimming, but in reality, they actually skim data themselves. Victims often purchase these devices online or in stores, believing they are protecting their cards or mobile wallets from wireless attacks. Some of these gadgets are small, plug-in devices or stickers that attach to cards or phones, advertised with professional-looking packaging and technical jargon. Scammers exploit the trust people place in physical security products, knowing many won't question a device that appears to shield their payments. Consumer protection agencies around the world, including in Europe, North America, and Asia, issued warnings after thousands of these fake devices were sold online. The victims of this crime lost hundreds or even thousands of dollars before realizing the truth. Some scammers even include instructions that encourage users to enable NFC or Bluetooth, further exposing them to attacks. The lesson is clear: never trust third-party security gadgets without verification from official sources. Only rely on verified bank products or well-known device features, and always check reviews from credible sources before buying anything that claims to protect your finances. Even devices claiming to be high-tech can be a trap. Number 11. Vehicle proximity scanning. In this scam, criminals take wireless skimming to another level by targeting vehicles. Using amplified NFC readers, they can scan phones, contactless cards, and digital wallets inside parked cars without ever touching the vehicle. This scam primarily targets people who leave wallets, phones, or key fobs near windows or on dashboards, believing their devices are safe inside the locked car. A casual passerby with a small concealed reader can capture sensitive payment data within seconds. Police reports from California and other states have linked this tactic to organized theft rings. In some cases, dozens of vehicles were scanned in a single night across shopping centers, apartment complexes, and public parking lots. Victims often discover fraudulent charges days later, by which time the stolen data has already been used in multiple states or even countries. A simple but effective prevention is keeping devices away from doors and windows, placing them deep inside bags or glove compartments, and using wallets or phones with protective sleeves that block NFC signals. Awareness is key because once data is captured in proximity, it can be exploited almost immediately. Number 12. Event venue. Tap fraud. Large events like concerts, sports games, conventions, and festivals have become prime targets for wireless skimming scams. Criminals pose as staff members or temporary vendors, offering contactless payments, fast-track upgrades, or exclusive access passes. The setup is convincing. Scammers may wear event-branded clothing, carry fake payment terminals, or use signage that looks legitimate. Victims believe they are making a normal purchase or donation, tapping their cards or phones without hesitation. In multiple reported cases, attendees later discovered several unauthorized charges, sometimes totaling hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Because the transactions occurred at high-traffic venues, banks initially struggle to trace the source, and the crowd makes it easier for scammers to blend in. Some fraudsters even cycle through multiple terminals, capturing numerous victims within minutes. A safe rule of thumb is to only pay through official vendors verified by the event organizers. Avoid accepting unsolicited offers for upgrades or special services, even if presented as urgent. Always confirm the identity of any staff member before handing over a card or phone, and consider using payment methods with real-time alerts to catch suspicious activity quickly. Awareness and caution are your best defenses in crowded events. Number 13. Wireless card testing charges. There are types of scams where scammers often start small to stay under the radar, using wireless skimming tools to run tiny test charges before attempting larger withdrawals. These microtransactions, sometimes just a few cents or $1, are designed to confirm that a card or mobile wallet is active and vulnerable. Once the test works, criminals escalate, making multiple unauthorized purchases or transferring large sums before victims even notice. Because the initial charges are so small, they often go unnoticed on bank statements or in app notifications, giving attackers a critical window of opportunity to exploit the account. Financial regulators have documented cases where hundreds of microcharges appeared over several days, only to be followed by significant unauthorized withdrawals. Victims often only discover the scam when a bank alert or statement shows hundreds or thousands of dollars missing. If you see unexplained microcharges, treat it as an immediate warning sign. Freeze the card or suspend the account, contact your bank, and monitor transactions closely. Real-time alerts and transaction monitoring apps can help detect these tiny tests before scammers escalate. Always be proactive rather than reactive when it comes to unknown charges. Number 14. Phone number-linked wallet takeovers. This scam targets the link between your phone number and your digital wallet or banking apps. Attackers first obtain stolen payment data, then associate it with your phone number, often through a SIM swap or account takeover. Once the number is linked, they trigger password or account resets, gaining full access to wallets and bank accounts. Victims frequently report being locked out of their own apps while unauthorized transactions take place within minutes, sometimes across multiple services connected to the same number. Banks confirmed rising cases in 2024 involving SIM-linked wallets, particularly affecting mobile-first users who rely heavily on SMS for account verification. Organized rings exploit gaps in carrier security, tricking phone providers into transferring numbers to new SIMs, giving attackers control of two-factor codes and wallet approvals. A key preventative measure is enabling two-factor authentication that doesn't rely solely on SMS. Using authentication apps, hardware tokens, or biometric verification adds a layer of security attackers cannot bypass simply by controlling your phone number. Regularly monitoring account activity and notifying your provider of suspicious SIM changes can stop this attack before funds are stolen. Wireless skimming doesn't require physical theft. It relies on proximity, permissions, and speed. Scammers exploit convenience features most people leave enabled. Recognizing unexpected prompts, small test charges, and unusual connections can stop major losses. Now that you understand how these scams work, you're no longer an easy target. Awareness alone blocks most attacks. A few small changes can protect thousands of dollars. If this video helped you, consider subscribing for more scam investigations and consumer warnings. Until next time.